any vodka or pasta milantoni. And don't forget to try the cannolis. Hey, Fridays, they have live music. So, hey, you've been good this year, right? Make a night of it. Get a little vino, too, and treat yourself to some milantonis this holiday season. Milantoni, 1600 South Hurstbourne Parkway. How you doing?
That's his thing. They don't get back. Hayward's whipped. Now look at his steal. Here's the steal. 3-on-1. Alley-oop. Oh, my goodness. Marcus Maven. And you certainly are in love with him here in Louisville. Marcus in the open floor. Hops incredible. Here comes Maven off the steal. Oh, my goodness.
Get up, get up, get up, get up. Let's get ready for Marcus Maven.
You hear anything about this Georgia Tech game? Pops was saying that they're playing, but every news story I see is that it might get postponed still. U of L Saturday? Because I'm like, Dad, you don't need to travel, man. Like, let Jody do the game. Shit. Like,
broadcasting live from
I love Phil and hosting, but at the same time, B-Show needs Bob Valmento. Fuck.
Middays with Marcus Maven on 93.9 The Ville. Now, here's Marcus Maven and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. Welcome back. It's Middays with Marcus Maven. 8150 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. There's a reason I always start the show giving out that phone number, giving out that text line, because it is a super duper joint therapy session for today. Steve Rummage in the comments, Nikki V in the booth.
I am, but I'm here, and all is well on the sound. Let's do our check. Am I good? Does everybody hear me okay?
Sounds good to me.
Because God knows I'm going to need it today, because I want to be heard very clearly
Right.
on what I say with everything as I get us ready for what is undoubtedly going to be one of the funnest and most anticipated football seasons, probably since we were ranked in the top 10 going into Charlie's year next season.
Think about it. We have Malik coming back, and if he gives us the exact same performance,
yes,
sky's the limit.
Well, the sky is, 8 wins and getting blown out by Kentucky, but it's like, but we can get to that sky, and we can repeat that sky for the rest of Coach Satterfield's tenure, and it's going to be awesome.
Almost like we can reach the sky like we were in the Air Force or something.
Yes. It's gonna be good time. So yeah, we can talk about that. I know Nick wants to cancel Mac today, so we could probably get to that. There's a lot.
I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't, Nick. Listen, I'm not gonna do Colin Kaepernick or anything, but I just can't do Armed Forces music right now.
That's fair. But they got the job done in the air. How about our boys?
They got the job done in the air.
That makes me damn proud.
Go Air Force. To
be an American. I feel safe. Got the job done on the ground. They got the job done in the air.
Army beat Missouri. Air Force beats Louisville. It's like, look, U.S. is in good hands.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm so sad.
Did Kentucky beat anybody? Like, I'm going to pivot to this. Did Kentucky beat anybody worth a crap this year? Florida, Missouri, Louisville suck.
Auburn got wasted by Houston.
Right. 17-13.
I love how the post Sugar Bowl argument for Louisville was being made. Well, Auburn didn't care, so God, just automatic. Like that is just the automatic defense.
And Louisville
it's the SEC auto thing.
Yeah, Louisville fan has always hunted that person who says that, like, you're dead to rights with us.
Yeah,
like,
seriously.
Yeah, we don't care.
That's just
it's weak.
It is. Like that's like an automatic loss.
Yeah, because we didn't look. we were pissed off and we still got wasted by LSU and was like, no, we wanted to win that game.
I will say, though, there is something. I used to make this argument in the Big East. So, like, when my father-in-law, which, by the way, shout out to Andrew, who works with my father-in-law. Keep fighting the good fight with him because he can be tough to deal with when it talks sports.
Mm-hmm.
So, shout out to Andrew. Andrew apparently works with my father-in-law.
Right.
And he was like, oh, man, I listen to Maven and Rummage all the time. You know, so I was like, hey, listen, Andrew, I know what he's like. So, hats off to you, sir. And you hang in there because he can be exhausting. But I mean, yeah, I mean, like, you know, when my father-in-law would be like, oh man, the Big East sucks in the tournament. I'm like, dude, you get up for the Big East teams. Like, if you draw a Big East team, I mean, that's dang near a second weekend game for some of y'all. You know, so
right.
I think the SEC to an extent deals with it.
No, and here's the thing. I look Mr. Pratt and Mr. Issel right in their face, and I will tell them I only want to play SEC teams in the bowl games.
Yeah, I mean, I do.
I mean, I'll take a Michigan, Ohio State, and rest SEC teams.
Well, yeah, but it's like SEC, and then you can almost make a list of names out of the rest of the conferences.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I give them a little bit of that, but I mean, they are 0-4. I mean, that's pretty pathetic. It's when Marcus said earlier this year, and me and Marcus are kind of SEC heads. So when Marcus said earlier this year, I mean, are y'all going to just crush me for saying maybe the SEC's not that good outside of the top two teams?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
yeah. It's like, and that's starting
issue
to show. Yeah. It's like, no, the SEC was not great this year.
And listen, and your pivot back to, what does that say about Louisville? I know.
No, we suck.
I
we know that. Yeah. Look, you've beat me into submission.
No, not submission, acknowledgement.
Acknowledgement. Yeah. No, I know, because I haven't submitted yet.
Yeah. This is Sparta.
Gosh dang it, I'll root for the other team if that's what it takes. But I'm going to get look, one day, you may be angry at me and Marcus now, but we're going to get this program back. All right.
Yeah, and listen,
I feel like Aragorn riding back. There will be a day when Louisville football will be back, but not this day.
Listen,
not this day.
Listen, chances are.
Wait a minute. This isn't inspiring at all.
Chances are, well, I'll speak for myself. I won't drag Steve into it. Chances are,
thank you,
I won't be welcome by the time we get this school back on the right track, because I would have done the hard things that nobody will do. Now,
yes.
So I fully expect to have to enjoy my Louisville Cardinals from Florida.
We're like Clay Travis and Jason Whitlock.
This image of you guys, like the monologue.
Why would you call yourself Jason Whitlock?
No, you're Jason Whitlock.
See, you're obviously Jason Whitlock on this one.
Do you think I'm Jason Whitlock, really?
Point being, Steve, we won't be welcome. We won't be welcome.
That's okay. I told y'all, though, I don't care. I don't care if your feelings get hurt. Okay? I don't care if you have lunch with somebody on the coaching staff and you don't get to anymore. I don't care. I don't care. I just want the team and the program to be good.
Yeah, and it's like I'm fighting for the alum that I played next to. I'm fighting for the Dave Ragones that want respect for their programs. Like, they got to live the rest of their life with their Louisville logo, their brand attached to themselves, and listen, that's who I care about.
I tweet out something about, man, this is bad looking. I see the names of former players. Sorry, I had a coffee. And I get the DMs of former players that are like, hey, man, it's got to change, man. Like, it's got to change. Like, this isn't good, man. This is bad. And I'm like, yes, I know. But that's what I say. So I don't care. I don't care if you're like, Steve, you're just being mean on Satterfield. I don't care.
Is that how they sound?
I shouldn't have done a voice. Because I know some people are. I think some people are just like, hey, man, let's give him one more year. You know, maybe in year 4, he can turn it around. Football is a longer build. I'm just out on his
current construct.
I mean, what in the hell did he tell Vince Tyree for 3 hours, Marcus? Like, now that Vince isn't the AD anymore, I want to sit down with Vince and be like, Vince, what kind of voodoo curse did he put on you in a 3-hour meeting? Was that the plan? I've got this plan, Vince. I call it insanity.
We're going to run out there.
Not the workout. We're going to do the exact same thing we've been doing.
No, Steve. Do it the right way. We're going to do the Kentucky game plan just to show you that it should have worked.
Do you know the announcers yesterday, Marcus? The guy who was, and I apologize because I was at the gym actually, so I could just see it, but I was listening to it. I had my YouTube TV on in my ear, so I could kind of hear the commentary, but it was up there. The commentator at one point during the game goes, I kind of thought Louisville would switch it up here. I mean, they're kind of running exactly what Air Force is good at stopping, and it doesn't seem like they really have another plan. And I wanted to be like, yeah, bro, they don't.
We've watched this before.
Look, here's what's going to happen, sir. In the late third and fourth quarter, to be fair, defenses are going to wear down. Malik's going to sandlot this thing. He's going to run around. He's going to get us back in the game because Malik's a heck of a player. I like Malik. I ain't got nothing wrong with Malik. Malik's a heck of a player. He's going to sandlot it. He's going to get us back in the game. We're going to lose a close game, blah, blah, blah. And then, and then
I can tell you the press conference. Press conference is going to say credit to the other team.
Yeah, credit to Air Force. That's a hell of a coach team.
Great,
blah, blah,
great
blah.
game plan.
Yeah, we did this, and we were just a couple plays off, and we're right there.
Tackling open space, and we had the opportunity to get guys to the ground.
It's like, yo, I've lived this day before. And it's like, and there's people who look you right in the face with a straight face and say, yeah, that's not going to happen next year.
Okay. They won't look me in the face and say that.
Well, that's
nobody will look me in the face and say that.
I'm like, all right, well, let's do it. Well, all right, let's do it. Look, I almost feel like I do with the IARP stuff. I'm like, you know what? Let's just take a year next year and get it over with. I'm not going to get on here. Well, no, I mean next year. Like, look, we got one more year of this.
Listen, it took a while for it to register what you were really saying.
Okay.
Let's just take the year. And I'm like, no.
Let's just take our Satterfield year and maybe we can get our IARP and our Satterfield year in the same year next year.
And it'd be the year of the
next year, the year of the cleanse. We'll call it a year of the cleanse.
I like enema better.
Year of the enema. Maybe we'll all do a vitality workout next year and everybody in good shape.
That's what we're going to do next year.
We're
going to have a starting day and everybody's just going to go into a big health, like Lord willing, we all are here next year at around the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
And that's when we all are just going to do a joint University of Louisville. We're going to put only the businesses that sponsor us are the only ones that won't be under the ban. You sponsor this show, we're allowed. Those are our cheat days.
Right, cheat days for 4 pegs a million.
Yep. Listen, so you better get in now. But anything outside of Mill & Tony's, 4 pegs, which, and
no, we're gonna pump you, but we're not gonna eat you.
I'm just gonna stare at your food and touch myself and not.
Yeah.
And listen, and we're all just gonna get our bodies together.
Yeah.
And we're not gonna spend money on ridiculous, things. We're just gonna take the year.
I am gonna be such a miserable
no
jerk.
No, the problem is it only lasts a certain amount of
That's
time.
a good point.
It only lasts
from August till March.
If you stay on the path.
Oh no, it will
be
no, yeah.
Very, very, very,
once
very
you see your body results at day 17 and you wake up better and you sleep better, you start realizing life is so much better with a clear head, and I'm really not mad and I'm excited.
But we all have to hold each other accountable, because if you stray off the path, that's when you get hungry and cranky.
I'm gonna say you're the reason we're losing.
Yes.
Because if you don't have the discipline to stay on the joint Louisville diet,
but I'm gonna purge myself. I'm gonna purge myself and my program next year. We're gonna take our Satterfield year, we're gonna take our IARP year, and we're gonna purge our program.
Is it bad that I mean,
Paul says Operation Prune Juice. It's interesting. I got some prunes yesterday. I just bought some.
I
And
need to get
Coach
some more
Mac,
beet juice.
Coach Mac, you've got 3 months to decide if you want to be a part of the purge or if somebody else is going to be in here for the purge.
I'd rather it be Coach Mac.
Me too. I like Coach Mac. I think Coach
Same.
Mac can be good.
Same.
Yeah, like, no, you don't. No, you don't. Don't.
Hey, I'm mad. I'm mad
give
about
us that
some. I'm mad
fake
about some
BS.
things. I'm mad about some things, but bygones. It was wrong done on both sides, like
Love
you guys
Coach
said.
Mac.
Bygones.
I think he's telling the truth, Steve.
You're looking at his face. So.
We've looked at him enough. We've
All right.
When I had the conversation about blindly supporting, guys that do the wrong thing, it's like you're just as bad. I think that turned Nikki around. Like I think
I'm still. This is how you know I'm being real. I'm still mad.
Yeah, I get that.
Oh yeah, no, it's not like sunshine and rainbows, but bygones. Now, excuse me while I go kiss this poster of Eric Musselman. That was a lie. I'm not kissing a poster of Eric Musselman.
Yeah, I guarantee you wouldn't want Kenny Payne, would you?
Why wouldn't he want Kenny Payne? Do we have anybody on the phone line?
There's one reason, like a major one, but I would need like a couple hours to.
I've got you up on
Rest
my
of
big
it's fine,
screen
just
right
one.
now.
Not so
You're
much.
up on my 70-inch right now.
Can you see Nikki lying? Show him your face. Yeah, right there.
No,
Nikki.
I can only see Nick. I can only see Nikki's shoulder, but I can see the YouTube text line, and everything's kind of delayed by a couple minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's Nikki. Okay, all right, yeah, a couple seconds. All right. So, anyways, yeah,
okay.
But yeah, that's where I'm at, man.
Okay. I want to revisit a question that I asked you.
And we can talk some actual like what we saw yesterday from the football game.
Oh,
yeah.
actually, let's do that. Yeah, before I go into big picture question, I do want to talk about the game.
We have sad sound too, if you want.
Oh, thank God. Sorry, that was me.
Pick a random clip.
Oh, okay.
Throw one at me, Nick.
Pick a
Let's hear it.
random clip.
Well, give me a number.
How many clips you
1
got?
through 5. Give me a number.
4.
4 close losses this year.
Yeah, 4 close losses. And it comes down to 1 or 2 plays.
Perfect.
You don't ever know when those plays are going to happen. And we're just good enough to be right there in those games. And but we got to get over the top. We got to get over the hump. We got to make more plays.
We're just good enough to be right there.
It's making a kick, here and there. It's knocking a ball down if I'm covering a guy one-on-one. Offensively, when you get an opportunity to make the play, you got to make the play. You just never know when those plays are going to happen. And we've been so close. We're right there. I feel like this team can continue to grow and develop and get over the hump. We have to, obviously. And, we got a great nucleus of guys to make that happen.
The sports gods told me 4, Steve.
Yeah.
The sports gods literally look, you ever see in the delegation I guess everybody's church does it, but just when somebody gets the spirit of tongues inside, just something said 4.
Yes.
You need 4 because 4 will encapsulate everything you feel every single time you listen to my head coach. To your point, Vince, what did he say to you? What does he have on you? Okay, we're talking football now because I want my energy to show through the football part of it. That this is not, I don't want to be right. I don't want to be right. Or put it this way, I'm not looking for confirmation. Right?
Right.
Coach, according to you, we're always going to be right there.
Yeah.
According to you, we're always going to be 1 play away from winning and losing.
Yeah.
Every game. That's what you're telling me. Inferior talent. We're always going to be. And you know where that 1 play is? That 1 play is every time you let Malik get on the 3-yard line. Did you see Malik was going to take that ball back away from his running back?
Yes,
Steve,
the one that got Cooley hit. On the 2-yard line.
You
yeah,
know that one.
Yeah.
Like Steve, I want to ask you right now.
Yeah.
And look, I am a football layman for the sake of this question.
Yeah. Football
purists. Football purists. tell me that my eyes were lying when I said, or when I thought, Malik's trying to take that ball himself on the 3-yard line again. He was not giving up that football.
No, he did. That's why Cooley, when Cooley got hit,
and Malik was going to get hit too. He was in the process of getting hit.
Yes, Cooley looked straight up at Malik and went like, dude. Like, you could tell he was like, I mean,
see,
I gotta make a decision. No.
Listen,
go back and watch
I was rolling my eyes.
Yeah.
By the time, because I knew that was, I mean, you know how you're watching. It's the moment where you told your son, let's revisit this, people.
Yeah.
Steve Rummage looked at his child.
Mortified.
No. I'm talking about 2 games ago.
No, I know.
Okay.
No, my child was literally like, my dad's about to jump out the window.
Yes.
Yes.
He put his life on his name and said, son, if Malik Cunningham, Nikki, do you remember this? When Steve looked at his child and said, if Malik Cunningham gives that ball to somebody else, I will go over to that balcony and jump off of it. And his son.
And for effect, I actually opened the doors. We have French doors, but we have French doors. And I opened them up.
Is strong.
Yes, I opened them up and was like, son, if he hands this football off, I'll go run out and jump off that balcony right now.
And tell me the look he gave you when Malik kept that football, Steve.
Yeah. You know, he turned around and
utter
he was like,
respect.
Yeah, he was like, he kept it. Yeah, son. I know. I'll say this. And some people are going to roll their eyes. Some people are going to think I'm completely wrong, and that's fine. I don't mind. I do like Malik Cunningham. I like his numbers, and God knows I'm not putting the losses on Malik Cunningham.
Right.
So don't turn me into that
right,
guy.
Right,
Malik's the least of our problems.
I'm glad you made that. I'm glad you made that disclaimer that we're not putting that. I'm not even putting it on
because
him.
Trust me, the defense getting walked through like hot butter, is definitely an issue, and we're going to get to that as a possible solution. We'll talk, on my end.
But again, big boy sports. You see personality. You see emphasis. And the emphasis is not on the things that are going to help you dominate in football. Our emphasis areas are not good. Our development areas are not good.
Right. But Louisville football this season, and then I'm going to back it up with something, wins more football games than we won by about 3. If Satterfield has a traditional, it has nothing to do with black, white, whatever, has a traditional pocket passer that hands the football off, Louisville wins 3 more games this season. Here's the problem. We haven't recruited a quarterback in the 3 years he's been here.
Listen. So
Steve, there's not an option for that.
Steve. I don't care who you are or what you say. If you've watched this team, you've watched Evan Conley come in the few times that he's came into a game, you have saw 0 development out of Evan Conley in 3 years. 0. Do you know how much time 3 years on a campus is?
Yeah.
To learn a skill set, a position, to be able to run a quick 5-yard hitch route on time.
To piggyback off what Steve was saying, though, do you think that maybe he should have gotten some more snaps? I mean, he hasn't gotten. I mean, it's hard to say that when you have a guy that's putting up Malik numbers. But like Steve said, there were times when I thought, like, just as a relief pitcher, he could have come in for a drive or 2.
Here's my thing, Nick. My point is not at all saying that the guys he has on the staff should have gotten snaps over Malik, because those guys haven't. They're not good. I mean, they're not good. I mean, Brock Dolman, Evan Conley, they're just not good.
But how do they get good? By getting I feel like that could be a knock. Like part of it is that they weren't getting enough snaps.
Well, I meant more of at no point last season were you able to go out and recruit a quarterback. At no point were you able to look at the offense and make the tough decision that says, you know what, Malik, maybe you should go to Florida. Maybe you should go to because that was the rumored school that apparently made a run for him. You know, maybe it would be best for all of us. You know, like maybe if I had a guy who could just. And again, this is not a knock on Malik Cunningham. I like Malik Cunningham. I think Malik Cunningham does what.
My knock is the quarterback room.
Well, yes, and my knock is when we line up our offensive line wasn't that bad.
They were good.
If Travion Cooley or Jahar Jordan, who he just refused to put in, who's the hardest runner on our team, and he just refused to put in.
Awesome.
When we got to the 10-yard line and under, he was like,
did y'all at least think
he felt like the running back on Varsity Blues. He was like, yeah, thanks for getting us down there. Get over here and sit down.
Did y'all at least think about me when you saw Jahar Jordan out there?
Yes.
I hope somebody did. Like at least
right.
Maybe was on to something, man.
And they talked about on the broadcast that he tried to leave.
Wait, what?
On the broadcast, they said he tried to leave after the Duke game and realized he couldn't transfer again.
Jahar Jordan tried to leave after the Duke game?
I didn't hear that. I was watching it right where you're sitting, Marcus. Patty Ice and I were watching the game in the 93.9 studio.
Jahar Jordan tried to transfer?
Yeah, they said.
Don't worry about it.
No, let's go.
What the hell was that?
Let's do the Diener show.
It was a
who sent you?
Don't worry about it.
I don't care. I'll do the Diener show.
Let me get to the phone lines really quick. Who do we have up first? Who do we need to take first?
We'll go with Coach Dolan.
Coach Dolan, fire away, my man.
Good morning, Marcus. Good morning, Steve. How are you guys today?
Good.
Hey, man, I've got a couple points I'm going to make real quick here, and Steve got the one of mine where, they said that Jordan was going to leave after the Duke game, and the only reason he didn't was because he realized he couldn't. And how many lies were we fed about him? Oh, he's dinged up. He's this, he's that. How many lies have we been fed over the course of this season about all these guys? And it comes out later in the wash that it's not true. You look at Greedy Vance. He goes to Florida. Oh, he was homesick. He had dealings at home he had to take care of. That's not true. He went to Florida. He's going to Florida State. I mean, I don't understand this football team and the mentality that you saw yesterday that they were so close to one. These guys had absolutely no fire, none. You watched the Tyler Harrell touchdown catch. That young man caught the ball, flipped over, jumped out. There was no fire. Nobody was excited. Nobody was getting into it. Nobody, hey, we're coming back. We got this. You watched Amari Huggins, Bruce. He just looked up at the scoreboard. He was like, yeah, so what? Let's hurry up and get this stuff over with. And I watched Satterfield on the sideline. He looks lost. He looks at that play sheet of his. He doesn't look like he knows what to do because Malik isn't getting it done. So what do I do? Well, you got a guy running with his hair on fire. Give him the ball. Well, I'm going to give it to him 10 times, and then I'm going to go back to give it to Maurice Berkeley. God bless him. I love the kid. But come on, Jordan was running with it like a man possessed. Mm. And look, it's time for change. It's not even 22 yet. I don't care if they hire Nikki to coach the team. And I love you, Nikki. I'm just busting your balls here. But I don't care if they hire Nikki to coach the team. Get rid of him. It's over. The team doesn't want to be there. We're going to see dozens of kids hitting the portal, and it breaks my heart. God bless you guys. Have a great new year, and take care.
I appreciate the call.
If I did coach the team, number one thing, traditional quarterback. I'm just saying.
Guarantee that. Listen, I will say this. I thought the kids played hard. I thought the kids were playing hard.
Yeah, but I thought they played hard all year.
Yeah,
Marcus.
So Coach, like I know what you're saying, Coach, about the fire. You probably kind of did a top-down. Satterfield was expressionless during the game. Listen.
No, I do agree with him. I do agree with him to an extent. All year, other teams have looked. They celebrate.
Yeah, at a different
level than we do. Not counting the
Lamar.
No. The UCF.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, what did we talk about the UCF? What was the famous picture that come out of UCF? Do you remember?
No.
It was us running that ball back and Gunnar Brewer standing there like he had no care in the world. And we all laughed at it. We all went, "Oh man, it's crazy, man. He had no reaction."
But I will say this. GB seems like he's the guy that really is getting the most out of his room.
I know, but no, and to be fair, I actually like Gunnar Brewer. Like, I mean, he's one that I'm like, I'm cool with him.
And I think GB's the reason we have a big nail.
You gotta stop.
What?
You gotta stop.
Who do we have next up, Nikki?
Next up, we have Devin.
Devin, thanks for joining us on 93.9. What's on your mind? Devin, you there?
How you doing, fellas? Yeah, sorry about that. How you doing, fellas?
Good.
For taking my call.
Good.
Yeah, I just wanted to vent a little bit. You know, it's been a rough season. And I just remember, you know, some good times. I've been a fan for the longest. I'll be 30 next year. I just remember growing up with my grandfather. He brought me up into Louisville sports, and this past few seasons, it's been rough. But I mean, I don't want to go on too long about that. I just wanted y'all's thoughts on if Satterfield didn't make any changes with coordinators. Do y'all think that they should revisit his contract, or I don't know? It's just.
Listen, that's Devin. I appreciate
Devin,
the call.
Yeah. No, that's actually
that's a conversation we're going into.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's definitely
like I said. I just wanted to do the football aspect of it. Oh, but Steve, would you agree that between Big Nell and GB, those are the two coordinators?
You got to stop with that.
That you keep the most
with the nicknames. Well, they're not coordinators. That's the thing. We don't even have an offensive coordinator.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Scott Satterfield's the offensive coordinator.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
We have a defensive coordinator, I think.
They rushed 3 on that play, Steve.
No, we'll stay out of the coaches for a second because, or we can take a break and get into it. It's whatever.
Let's take a break. Like I said, I don't think there's too many X's and O's.
There is, but it's just going to be just the same.
That's the point
conversation we've had all year.
Our same game plan, our same playing style existed in that game. It was the exact same playbook. It was the exact
same. A white kid from Air Force broke 2 of our DB's ankles in open field.
Did they throw L's?
Was it even like a
did I see an L's? Did I see an L's down?
Yes, you want to know why they threw an L? Do you think? Okay, listen. Do you think
Air Force threw an L's down?
Yes,
I didn't see that.
But listen, Nick, do you think Air Force knows anything about L's down? How do you think they knew about L's down? Because they watched film of your ass kicking by your rival who threw L's down in your face, did a little skippy dance with L's down, literally mocked you all night. They watched that and they was like, "Oh man, that L's down must piss them off. Let's do it." Think Air Force knows anything about L's down? No, but they watched they watched that Kentucky film, and Air Force was like,
"We're gonna
kill these guys.
We're gonna beat the hell out of them."
And they thought it was like a military symbol, like Lima South or something like that.
Well, and here's the uncomfortable conversation: Kentucky would kill Air Force. Kentucky would line up and run down Air Force's throat.
And
so
stop
miss
them,
me
and
with
stop
the
them with
Air Force is awesome.
With 4 linemen would stop them.
Yes,
over and over again.
Yes, if Kentucky was playing at full strength.
What you mean? They don't have COVID pauses up there. So like, what do you mean?
Actually, they probably wouldn't have to be. That's what I'm saying. Like,
what about as far
rewrite history?
I mean, okay, let's put it this way: if
Kentucky sucks,
if all the guys that got arrested weren't there, would they still be the Air Force?
Right. And listen, and now all of a sudden people want to use, well, we didn't have Monty Montgomery. Dude, we lost Monty Montgomery in game 2, 3. Like we haven't had Keetro Clark since NC State, man. But now we want to tag that on. Like, well, if we had that, then we had him only. We lost Braden Smith against Florida State.
Steve, how many ballers did we have in that Satterfield first year?
We had 6 guys that ended up in the NFL?
At least.
And the best guy on your team now is still a dude that was recruited by Bobby, and we do nothing but piss on him. You had more NFL talent in that first team with the quote unquote Bobby rejects than you may ever coach again here.
We were mad at Bobby because he had all offensive players.
I mean, seriously, Dorian Etheridge went pro. I mean,
Tyler Haycraft.
Tyler Haycraft got a shot with the Giants. Dez Fitzpatrick ended up, he's with the Titans. Tutu Atwell. I mean, that's up to 5 right there. And then we had there was somebody else. Mekhi Becton. Oh yeah, Mekhi Becton.
Oh, sorry.
That guy.
Literally the best offensive
Javian
lineman
Hawkins.
ever.
I mean, Javian Hawkins didn't make the team, but I mean, he got a look in an NFL roster.
He got 2 looks.
He didn't get drafted. He just signed with the Falcons.
Yeah, he went Tennessee Titans, Falcons and Titans.
That's 7 dudes. You may never coach. I'm not convinced Satterfield will bring 7 pros in here for the rest of his tenure. Well, and you want to get up at a press conference and blame the team you had.
Freshman, he may have. Well, look, he just lost one to Ole Miss, and we got one that I know of in Ashton.
Yeah, I think Ashton. I mean,
West End Wayne. Thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
Hey, happy holidays to everyone.
Same to you.
All right. Guys, on this Satterfield situation, let's say he goes out and has a 9-10 win season next year. All to me, in my thinking, and he has to think the same, and I don't know why the university doesn't see it, that he's going to use it as a springboard to jump to another team, which that's what most people want anyway. But why wait for that to happen? Because he's going to jump to some team towards where he's from. He knows he doesn't fit here. He's riding the ship out, guys, and he's going to use that last year to let it to move on for his own benefit. And why the university doesn't see that and go ahead and make this cut and move now is beyond me. I mean, it would almost look as if, and I hate to say sabotaged or whatever, but it doesn't make sense to hold on to the guy with when you even got announcers on the game,
right,
telling you and as fans watching the game, what is he running? What does he have a plan, or why would he run that style of offense whenever they practice against us every day? It doesn't make sense. I don't understand any of that. And Marcus, maybe you can answer this. Has Charlie Strong burnt bridges there in Louisville? I've heard rumors of past. You know what I'm saying? I've heard those rumors.
Yeah, he's burnt bridges. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
so
Charlie will probably not be here.
Yeah.
Okay, so those rumors are true then, more than likely, of what happened. But anyway, he's a candidate that's out there, man, because the Jags are, they're interviewing people now as we speak.
Yeah, he won't be here.
I understand that, but I love Charlie, man. I really did. To me, guys, and I'm just a football guy, sports period, but he brought NFL talent here, guys. We haven't.
Listen. West End Wayne, I got to keep Nikki on schedule. I got to cut up on a break, but I know we all love Charlie, what he represented. So there's a lot of Charlies out there and what he represents, and yes, we need to get one of those. We need to get a Charlie back here ASAP.
Yeah. Yes, it's not taboo. I mean, we're literally just a couple years off from Alabama had one more draft pick than Louisville in a 3-4 year span. Like,
oh God,
like,
Steve.
Yeah.
Commercial break. Middays with Marcus Maven on 99 NFL. Now that sports have officially kicked off, there's only 4 things missing from your playbook. 4 pegs. Looking for great smoked wings? 4 pegs. Looking for juicy barbecue and award-winning chili? 4 pegs. If you're just looking for some cold craft, tap, can, or bottled beer, 4 pegs. And the best part about 4 pegs is it's right around the corner at 1053 Goss Avenue in Germantown. So you better get over there fast because the word is spreading. And while you're over there, be sure to ask about their food truck and other catering services.
As the temperatures drop, college hoop season heats up in the Ville. Don't miss a second of the action with Louisville men's basketball single game tickets. Catch the Cards live at the KFC Yum Center for marquee matchups, including a Saturday showdown versus Duke in Coach K's final game in the Derby City, an ACC battle with North Carolina, and the regular season finale against Virginia. Purchase tickets online at gocards.com/tickets. That's gocards.com/tickets. L's up and go Cards.
Your home for Liquor Barn's coverage of Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens is right here on ESPN Louisville.
Give is to Lamar Jackson. He'll keep it on the read option, and he flips in for the go-ahead touchdown.
The Ravens look to keep their playoff hopes alive Sunday as they host Cooper Kupp and the Rams. Pre-game coverage begins at 12:30 with kickoff at 1 right here on 93.9 The Ville. Live play-by-play of Lamar and the Ravens is presented by Liquor Barn, where Kentuckians go to celebrate life.
If you want the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits, go to Liquor Barn, or better yet, have Liquor Barn bring it to you. Download the Liquor Barn app, visit their website, or just call and let Liquor Barn deliver whatever it is you need to stock the bar. And if it's your birthday month, make sure you visit their website for the Pappy Birthday promotion, where you can get a chance to purchase a bottle of Pappy Van Winkle. Liquor Barn is proud to be the presenting sponsor once again of Ravens football on ESPN Louisville. So whether you're getting ready for the Ravens or your favorite team, have Liquor Barn bring the party to you. Liquor Barn, where Kentuckians go to celebrate life.
Hey, Card Nation, let's be honest. The real estate market in Kentucky is booming. And whether you want to buy or sell a home, now is the perfect time to do it. With interest rates at an all-time low and programs that can get you in a home for no money down. Want to learn more? It's simple. Just call Derek A. Stewart with Dream JP Pirtle. Derek is available virtually around the clock to listen, understand, and help you with all your realtor needs. So don't waste another second. Call Derek A. Stewart at 502-314-9868 today.
Looking for insider info, top football picks, and the latest game predictions? Then tune in for The Fine Line with Joe Wiz. Joe looks at the biggest matchups of the week. The Wiz breaks down all the games and helps turn picks into profits. That's The Fine Line with Joe Wiz this weekend.
Listen Saturdays at 10 a.m. right here on ESPN Louisville, 93.9 The Ville. Presented by Bet River Sportsbook, Indiana's hometown sportsbook.
The holidays are a time for family, friends, and lots of cheers and beers. All of us at Tailspin Ale Fest would like to wish you, your family, and all the listeners of ESPN Louisville a happy holidays and a happy new year.
Erectile dysfunction. It's the subject no man wants to talk about. When it's game time, you want to know you'll be ready to perform at your peak. But too many men don't know where to turn. Medications, injections, surgery. Peak Performance for Men utilizes the most advanced form of non-invasive erectile dysfunction treatment available, known as focused linear compression therapy. No needles, surgeries, or harmful side effects. Get back in the game. Call Peak Performance for Men at 918-8181 or visit them at peakperformanceformen.com. That's peakperformanceformen.com.
Hey guys, Nicky V here. It's getting cold outside, so now's as good a time as any to warm up the holidays with some delicious Italian food. Tony's, baby. They have a $5.99 lunch special every day from 12 to 2 with such favorites as manicotti as well as lasagna. Stop by later, starting at 4:30 for dinner, and try such Valvano family favorites as the Cincacciatore, Penny Vodka, or Pasta Tony. And don't forget to try the cannolis. Hey, Fridays they have live music, so hey, you've been good this year, right? Make a night of it. Get a little vino, too, and treat yourself to some Militonis this holiday season. Militonis, 1600 South Hurstbourne Parkway. How you doing?
Here's what you missed on the Bob Valvano Show.
He is Adam Rittenberg of ESPN, at ESPN Rittenberg. You can follow him on Twitter. Adam, is that the major matchup for you for the Wildcats? Will Levis keeping the ball out of Iowa's hands?
That would concern me the most if I'm Mark Stoops and UK is how do I avoid committing turnovers against these guys, and then how do I prevent them from making plays on special teams? If you can do those things, you're going to have a pretty good shot to win.
Weekdays noon to 3 only on ESPN 680.
This is Bob Valvano. As some of you know, I have stage 4 leukemia. Thanks to 2 new medications that are both less than 5 years old, my progress has been good and my prognosis is strong. Those medications only came about because of research funded from people like you. My late brother Jim said, I need your help. It may not save my life, but it may save someone you love. This research is doing just that. We created Kentuckiana Friends of V, a local 501c3 organization that works in close cooperation with the V Foundation to fund research and preventive initiatives locally, right here in the Kentuckiana area. Won't you consider helping us in that quest? Sign up for an event, volunteer, or just make a donation at kfov.org. You really do help save lives like mine. That's kfov.org.
I'm Ethan Moore.
And I'm Taylor Lynch.
Check out Louisville Sports Live, the city's longest-running all U of L sports talk show, every Wednesday at 6 o'clock right here on 93.9 The Ville.
All the best local and national guests talking all things Louisville football, basketball, and recruiting.
Every Wednesday at 6 right here on 93.9 The Ville. And follow us on Twitter at Elville Sports without an O Live.
And check out the website, LouisvilleSportsLive.net. Go Cards.
Sports. It's in the game.
Right.
Playing. Oh God, so
You
much
want to know, that was probably the first one that I got into, but I am I echoing to y'all, or is that just me?
I think you sound good.
Okay, as long as I sound good to y'all, that's all I care about. Hell with me. It was that Marshall Falk one probably as well, but the first ones I remember, I had Madden 93 for Super Nintendo. And then probably the first one that I really, really loved was the one with the, it was like Madden 95 or 96 with, I think it was the Panthers or the Jaguars were on the front. It wasn't Natron Means. It was the other big back.
Oh, was that the expansion year? Is that what they were on there?
Well, it was
Chargers
the year you could
back.
No, not the Chargers was Natron Means.
Okay.
The other big running back, I think he played for Jacksonville for a while. But anyways, it was the one where you could run through the football pads, and it was like you had to, if it was blue, you had to be on the right. If it was red, you had to be on the left, and it was like,
the training camps was a great idea. That was the best idea Madden could have came up with.
Dude,
is the
mini
training
camp
camp.
was. I mean, I played that as much as the actual Madden.
I'll say this.
I had a friend in high school, by the way, who before e-gaming became huge.
Yeah.
In high school, he was ranked like 6th in Madden. He played that kid, Derek Warren, if you're listening. That dude was cool as hell and played Madden like religiously. And once he cracked, he was like, guys, I'm actually ranked. We never saw him again because he would just go home and play Madden for like hours.
That Madden bus was an awesome show.
Yes.
The Madden bus was awesome.
Yes.
I'll say this. And Johnny Grenade, give me 1 second to tell this quick story. Let's just call it whatever. Okay. When Madden's first year was what, 92, 93? What?
Might have been 94. Does that sound right?
No, because I had Madden 93, so I know it. I think it was like 92.
Okay, let's just say 92. Let's say 92, 93, whatever. One of my memories, I remember this too. Like, listen, you ever had those moments that you didn't know what's going on, and like years and years later, you're like, oh, that's what happened. So here's the thing. For some reason, my brother needed to give me a ride home from school. They me and my brother 4 years apart, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I used to have to take the bus. My brother, he ain't messing with me like that, right? He's kicking it with his homeboy. So whatever it was, I was supposed to be riding with him, leaving school, right? I think I was a freshman. You know, he might have been senior, or, you know, or something like that. June,
Right,
whatever
right.
it was, right? So we were over his friend's house right after school. And so it's me, my brother, and two of his friends, right? We're in the room, and I didn't realize what he was saying at the time, but he kind of, okay, you know how fast Reese talks sometimes? He kind of he kind of talks like Reese, right? My brother's friend. And he was like, yo, you smoke?
Reese, my friend and hero.
Right, your friend and hero, but
yeah,
my homie and hero. Look, listen. I remember this kid. His name was Toby, and he's like, yo, maybe you smoke. You know what I'm saying? And I remember I didn't really understood what he said, right? And I remember my brother went, nah, right? And he was like, oh, you know, and he kind of shrugged it off. And you know how like that exchange was just in the back of my mind because I didn't really understand what he said. And I just remember my brother's reaction, right? And Steve, they both left the room and left me to play Madden for about 20 minutes, right? And when they came back in, Steve, I was wondering what was so funny about me, right?
Yes, yeah. Like, what's the problem with me?
Listen, they came back in and all they did is giggled at me and laughed at me. And I was like, look, and I'm riding along. It's probably 6, 7, 8 years later. I'm driving down the street and I said, they was outside smoking weed. They were smoking weed. Oh, I know what y'all was doing. Y'all was smoking. Right? But
got him.
Yeah, but listen, it didn't dawn on me that that's what he said to me. He said, maybe do you smoke? You know what I'm saying? And my brother was just saying, nah, like keep my brother out of that. Yeah. He's pure, he's young, he's serious, you know what I'm saying? So, and I'm like, y'all was smoking. But I remember them because they laughed at me for the whole time once they came in from outside. They were just like, oh man, young Maven. They just giggled at me the whole time.
My jokes are funny.
Yeah, and that's what I thought. That's exactly what
I'm killing it in this room right now.
I'm killing it with the OGs, with the OG homies.
Yeah.
Johnny Grenade, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
Hey, thanks for taking my call, guys. So I have a very quick point to make, and I'll get off here. This is how I feel about the whole football situation. I feel that Scott Satterfield is doing the best that he can, and clearly his best is not good enough.
Yeah.
However, the reason that I made that statement is because this energy and this heat that we keep giving him is, in my opinion at least, is kind of like beating a dead horse, because everybody already knows that he can't get the job done. I mean, you can sit there and critique his play calling, his recruiting, whatever. Again, we can do that till we're blue in the face, but like, that's stuff that we already know. Like I think the heat and the energy that we need to bring should be toward Josh Hurd. We need to.
Oh, it's coming. That's coming.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, that's coming.
Good.
That's a fair point, though. It's a fair point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because like he failed to see what, I mean, I'm an elementary school music teacher, and I can see that the guy can't get the job done. This is the interim athletic director who can actually make a change, and he failed to see that that's necessary. So again, you can't fault a guy for doing the best he can, and that's what I bring, and that's Scott Satterfield. I honestly think he's trying his hardest, but it's just not good enough. So we don't need to criticize him as much as we need to criticize Vince Tyree and Josh Hurd for not letting him go. I'll hang up, guys. And again, this is my favorite show in the whole world. I get excited about listening to it every day. You guys rule, and go Cards. Thanks.
Appreciate the call.
Well, first off, he's a saint of God if he's an elementary school teacher of anything. So, and I very much appreciate our teachers. So,
well, at least Vince was there to watch the game in person.
But no, listen, seriously though, I do think, and what he's saying is why I get a little queasy and uncomfortable sometimes when like we play his press conferences and just make fun of him, because I'm like, I think I agree with Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I think he's doing what he can.
Yeah,
I think this
right.
is just his program, and this is what it looks like. And
that's why the disclaimer is always necessary to say,
Season's greetings, Kentuckiana. My name is Quandrick Sumler of UPS, and on behalf of the entire UPS Jobs KY team, we would like to extend a special thank you for everything you do to help us locally. As we work towards completing a successful peak season, we would like to wish you and your families a safe and happy holiday.
Follow the leader, ESPN Louisville, your home for the college football playoff, NFL, the Final Four, and the best sports talk. Download the ESPN Louisville app today, delivered by UPS Jobs Kentucky.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
The only thing worse than hiring no law firm after your injury is hiring the wrong law firm. When thousands of people call us every year asking to help them change law firms, I wonder why they ever call the other firm. When you're fighting to get what you deserve, it's go big or go home. We are big for a reason, which is why we've recovered over $9 billion for our clients. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Season's greetings, Kentuckiana. My name is Quandrick Sumler of UPS, and on behalf of the entire UPS Jobs KY team, we would like to extend a special thank you for everything you do to help us locally. As we work towards completing a successful peak season, we would like to wish you and your families a safe and happy holiday.
Hey everybody, Steve Rummage here. And if you have listened to 93.9 The Ville over the last few months, you know I've reminded you of 3 simple words. Call Josh Jarbo. Josh is a licensed realtor and owner of RE/MAX Alliance, and with the spring market heating up, he wants to make your home buying or selling process as efficient as possible by offering a guaranteed sale program and instant offers on commercial listings. And if that wasn't enough, up to $5,000 seller credit by mentioning you heard it right here. So don't wait any longer and contact Josh Jarbo at 502-216-7590 or joshjarbo@remax.net.
An official broadcast partner of the University of Louisville, WLCL Sellersburg is 93.9 The Ville.
This is Lamar Jackson. You're listening to the home of the Ravens in Louisville, 93.9 The Ville.
Your home for Liquor Barn's coverage of Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens is right here on ESPN Louisville.
Give this to Lamar Jackson. He'll keep it on the read option, and he flips in for the go-ahead touchdown.
The Ravens look to keep their playoff hopes alive Sunday as they host Cooper Kupp and the Rams. Pre-game coverage begins at 12:30 with kickoff at 1 right here on 93.9 The Ville. Live play-by-play of Lamar and the Ravens is presented by Liquor Barn, where Kentuckians go to celebrate life.
Hey guys, Nicky V here. It's getting cold outside, so now's as good a time as any to warm up the holidays with some delicious Italian food. Milantoni's, baby. They have a $5.99 lunch special every day from 12 to 2 with such favorites as manicotti as well as lasagna. Stop by later, starting at 4:30 for dinner, and try such Valvano family favorites as the chicken cacciatore, penny vodka, or pasta Milantoni. And don't forget to try the cannolis. Hey, Fridays they have live music, so hey, you've been good this year, right? Make a night of it. Get a little vino, too, and treat yourself to some Milantoni's this holiday season. Milantoni's, 1600 South Hurstbourne Parkway. How you doing?
Download the ESPN Louisville app. Search ESPN Louisville for streaming, podcasts, and the latest program schedule.
before that.
A little bit. Was he 2002?
He was awesome.
Somewhere around there.
Dante Hall in that corner route.
Yeah, Dante. The Chiefs there for a while, they were better at Madden than they were now. Like, I mean, yeah, when you had Dante Hall and you had, dude, you had Priest Holmes, Larry Johnson. Like, yeah, no, they were stupid.
Yeah,
good.
my greatest show on turf game was nasty.
Was Gonzalez still on that team, or did he move by
he
then?
was on that team.
Yep.
Yes, he was there for 20 years. Of course, if you have any kind of Kansas City trivia question, you need to include Gonzalez, because chances are he was on there. But let me remind everybody, because I just put it to good use, the temperature control system that is so important to all of us, like we use in our studio, is from DFH. And if you think temperature control is the most valuable resource, and DFH Company is the company for you, just dial 968-6222, or you can look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Make sure you ask or look into the Mitsubishi Mini Split, like the one we use here at our 93.9 studios, for that hard to heat, hard to cool room in your home. Again, 968-6222, or you can look them up online at dfhcompany.com.
Also, let me remind you, we do have a lot of stuff going on. Okay, what I had, but let's do that. Okay, let me pull that one up. Thank you, Nick, for that. Okay,
I mean, you could do the post-game read into this too if you want.
It's Wednesday, so it's Which Wednesday. Thanks to Jason and his team for bringing about lunch to the ESPN Louisville studios. That's right, it's a Which Wednesday, so be sure to get carryout, curbside, or delivery from the Hurstbourne or Brownsboro Crossing location. Ooh, I might have to just ride up there. For lunch or dinner, game watch parties also. They're fully staffed and open 7 days a week at both locations. Order online on the Which app. Which Superior Sandwiches. I went up there the other day, Marcus, and like, here's the thing. We've only had kind of what Phil brings. I went up there the other day and I was like, you know what? Let me make my own sandwich. It was probably the best sub-style sandwich I've ever had in my life. I got chicken, steak. I mean, I loaded it up with stuff that I like. Oh my gosh, dude.
Dude, they have everything. They got
provolone
burgers,
cheese.
Provolone cheese. I mean, seriously, name a sandwich. I say name a sandwich again. Fat Elvis, got it. Name a sandwich. Monte Cristo, got it. Name a sandwich. Reuben, got it. And then like you could also do the creative sandwich, like Steve.
Sandwiches sound good today.
Yeah, I could go for a sandwich.
Yeah, by the way, Natron Means actually played for Jacksonville too. I didn't know that. I thought he was the Chargers running back.
That's because that was just a year he was just fantasy football was just getting rolling, and Natron Means was stealing all the goal line touchdowns for one of them teams.
Who is the other back I'm thinking of, man? There was just another big back. Forget the whole thing now. Like, as far as the Madden cover, like, look, we've moved on past that. There were two big guys. One of them, like I said, was Natron Means. The other one, there was another.
I mean, are
guy.
you gonna go just get the type in the all Madden cover?
Well, no, it don't even have anything to do with Madden now, because
it's just in your brain now.
While you're looking that up, Dana called, by the way, and this is an interesting bit of trivia. We want to know Wednesday on the V show. It's going to be Phil and I filling in, by the way. But we want to know Wednesday on Middays with Mark.
Is Dad just trying to give you the show?
By the way, Madden 96.
No. I'm not Jamie.
He just wants
Madden 96 is what the cover I was talking about with the Panthers and Jaguars. Somebody just sent that to me.
The Dana called and said the first Madden was actually John Madden Football in '88.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that was for and then the first console one that was in '92.
Okay. Yeah,
Benji, just what do you mean? What sandwich place are we talking about, Benji?
Oh God! Ouch!
Benji!
Ouch!
Bro, you know what sandwich place we're talking about?
Don't let them hear about that, because, like, listen, we have something. Okay, businesses, I'm talking to you. We are a good luck charm for businesses.
Which Benji?
For businesses that is it Fred Jackson, Steve?
No, it's not Fred. I know Fred Jackson. No, I'm sorry. Now, I'm not saying that towards people. I appreciate the guesses. Yeah,
we are. Listen,
this is probably one that I'm going to say, and people are going to be like, nobody even knows that just meant something to you. Nobody even knows who he is, Steve. Like,
businesses, we're a good luck charm. Like, they all seem to skyrocket in profits once they do a sponsorship deal with us. So keep that in mind. Small businesses, big businesses. Not only do we give great advertisement, we seem to be a good luck charm for all businesses that roll with us. I still want to do a little more football conversation because who knows when we'll be talking about it again, or we might be talking about it all the time because there's an attachment. Who do I got on the phone lines? That would be.
Oh, we have our guy Lawrence, but he wants to talk basketball. So no, I mean, so we could do Lawrence now, or we could. Do you want to play a Satterfield soundbite? Give a thought on that, and then get Lawrence. You want to do basketball?
Tell Lawrence we're not ready to move on to football just yet, or basketball just yet.
All right.
And no, I don't want to play a random sound either.
Okay.
Actually, I do because it'll get me in the mood.
Okay.
So let Lawrence know, and you just pick any random.
Well, Lawrence can hear you. Lawrence, just hang tight, my friend. We'll get you on.
Okay, now give me a random.
All right, I think this is a good one because it's a bit of an out, I guess, but they got picked apart in the air, but the secondary was a little depleted, and Satterfield talked about that postgame.
It's tough for us, we secondary was guys that playing out there that haven't played much at all, and Rance is a true freshman out there that really hadn't had to get dialed up like that. And he was out there playing. Trey Franklin hadn't played a ton this year. He's out there playing corner. Minka's had to start at safety, and he's played some, but not a ton. So we were, shorthanded in the back end back there. And they're on the island all game long. And again, credit them. Their quarterback made the throw and the receiver got open. And they connected on those plays for touchdowns. And those, we talk about it. We don't want to give up the big plays, but those plays were critical. The guys in the box were doing a pretty good job stopping the run and doing their thing, but then it takes all 11 guys.
Steve?
I don't have anything to say about that. I don't.
What? It's Air Force, Coach.
Yes, it's Air Force.
You had a month.
Thank you. They're better than we are. Thank you.
You had a month to prepare for Air Force.
Yes.
1 month.
And Air Force looked at you and was like, y'all, we suck at passing, but like we can pass on this team.
We're going to have our most efficient passing game in Air Force lure.
Yeah. Like
did they complete their first 5 passes?
Nikki, they were 9 for 10 for like 250 yards or something.
Right. And one was just just throw it away because they actually got to him.
They were 9 for 10.
Yeah, I don't have anything. Listen, the only thing I don't really have much left about the game yesterday.
This was going to be a transition anyway, Steve. So I wasn't going to go football. My thing now, just being a fan and just wanting so badly to care or to not lose my care is, just what does he do? I maybe fire the defensive staff, and maybe if he made some kind of a splash hire on the and I know, listen, I'm just don't say, Steve, don't give me the reasons why he can't. God knows I know the reason why he can't. But maybe if he made like a splash defensive coordinator hire, maybe went and got Greg Scruggs from Cincinnati, the defensive line coach, and pulled him down here and got him on staff as a coach. I don't know. Maybe there would be a couple things there that would, make me go, okay, Okay, Steve, pause on your solutions, because before you go solutions, I want to state where my issue lies from this point moving forward.
Okay.
We are not in a position of strength to go out and grab a coach. Will we agree with that?
Yes.
We're not in a position to go out and just universally buy out, grab a whole new staff, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Why are we not?
Well, wait a minute now. I think we can go hire a new staff.
Okay. And I'm saying between interim.
Okay, now that okay. I thought you meant like money wise. I was like, no, we should be able to hire a defensive staff. Like,
right. That's what. Okay. we should be able to do these things that any football, any school with a budget like ours should be able to say, this is unacceptable. If you have a competent department right now, any competent department knows that you cannot lose like that to Kentucky, like that to Air Force, like that to Virginia, like that to North Carolina State, like that to Clemson. And the way we lost, that's not a competent staff in a level that we need to compete at.
Yeah.
The caller, I forgot his name in particular, that said, hey, we have to look at our management. You know what I'm saying? Our management situation. If you can't make a move, or number two, if you don't think a move is an emergency situation now, this is when Marcus says we don't have competent leadership, and anybody who has a goal of being good in sports can see that. Anybody can see that. So it's like, again, I've gone out my way to say all these people may be great people, but after watching what you just watched, listen, I got to tell you, I was put off extremely in the Vince Tyree, the little extra press conference, when he said Braun was not contacted at no point. You remember how awkward it was, Steve, where we were just all of a sudden it's like the information leaked out simultaneously. Nearly cut off. Oh man, everybody's close to Vince is saying nearly stopped him from getting Braun. Yeah. He got pressed on that question. Did you contact, and like I said, the answers were kind of like, well, I probably would have stayed if something had been, all that good stuff. But when pressed on it, did you have Braun? Did you talk to Braun? When he said, no, I didn't talk to him, but that would have been a national search. It's like, so all that leakage was not true. And again, we all heard it simultaneously. So what I know right now is after that Kentucky game, nobody felt the need to make any changes on the staff. And not only was there not needed to make changes, there was more emphasis put on long-term money spent recruiting. So you thought kicking the can down the road by throwing a couple $100,000 in some recruiting boosting was going to fix this situation. That wasn't, you know what I'm saying? So, like, Steve, it looks.
And I don't think recruiting,
that's not where your problem. That's not what got you beat.
I mean, it is to an extent, but here's the problem. I think they're recruiting NFL caliber guys. I don't think they're turning them into NFL caliber guys.
Yes. The young versions of them. He could be a real deal player.
Yes.
I mean, and we're gonna watch a summer workout, and we're gonna watch pictures of Josh. Listen, I know Josh got hurt, but Josh should look bigger. He should look a lot bigger. I know he did with shoulder. These guys should look bigger now.
Yeah.
They should look a lot bigger. Now watch what Jordan Watkins looks like in 6 months. Watch what he looks like. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna see a difference. And it's like you kick the can down the road saying recruiting is, and look how much money Kentucky spent in recruit. It's like, no, that's a misdirection play. You got out muscled by Air Force. That has nothing to do with recruiting.
Right.
They were out physical. Like there's nothing outside of there's no excuse outside of your program to get out physical by these teams.
No, not at all, man. And I mean, time after time after time, we leave a game going, that team was bigger than us. I mean, you remember
how many times did we say you didn't adjust? You have a game plan, you stick to your game plan, you don't adjust. It was 5 games where we said you didn't make one adjustment. You came into the game with a plan. You just went with your game plan, and everybody saw it. Again, if who's ever in charge of athletics, which
No, I mean it's Josh Hurd at the moment.
Yeah, but football is important. And Josh, according to what it said, he's Vince's right-hand man. So I can almost say you sat there right beside him. And
no, he said he was in the meeting.
Oh, right. So you were beside him this entire time, I assume watching every game. And if you think more money towards recruiting is the solution, Marcus is right about his complaints. Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry. I'm gonna take those phone calls. I'll just take Lawrence's first, and just he can give us the question. We'll get to when we get to the basketball.
We can mix it up.
Lawrence, fire away.
What's up, Marcus? What's up, Steve?
What up?
What's up, man?
Marcus, I said what I said last night. My football fans is dead. It may not be coming back anytime soon. Because
I'm not gonna roll over on it though.
But now my main target is on this basketball program and Chris Mack. Us football fans are done with Satterfield, done with the football program right now. Our main target is on you. You better not go out the same way Satterfield went out. Because if you do, don't come back next year. It's that simple.
Lawrence, I appreciate the call, my man.
A target is on you.
But he's right. Like he's right. We're watching Coach.
Sure. I look and here's the difference. I like Coach Mack. Like, I mean, we like him off the off the coaching, like the man, right. Chris. You know what I'm saying? Like we like him. We talk to him out of basketball mode, you know.
And I'll go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no. That was pretty much it. I'm saying like, yes, I can still say like, yes, he is right with the circumstances. Yeah, you like on the hot seat, bro.
I was kind of asked the question, and it's like, okay, and this is what I do with all coaches. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Are your strengths improvable? You know, are they improvable in the amount of time we need them to improve within to not lose your program or suffer, while, because every coach is not a Hall of Famer locked in, has to grow. Even Hall of Fame coaches have to get familiar with the environment. So I will say this. I think his big game Coach Mack, like I said, outside of COVID pause, big game Coach Mack, he's brought it. Competitive, the competitive nature in big games when we're the hunter, I think that's the sleeping ghost that lives, like that's what lives inside the Louisville player that he's been carrying
Chris
on.
Mack's got 2020 under his, like he's got 20. Coach Satterfield doesn't have a 20. Speaking of basketball, really quick, let me remind people. Chrissy Banna had some things going on today, and plus with me being here today and stuff, she's going to bump back to next week. I chatted with her this morning, so it actually worked out for her as well.
She purposely didn't want to be in here for this crap that we had to talk about today. She bailed on us on purpose.
No. She was going to
Chris,
make time. She was going to make time to get in here, but she's still going to be here. She'll be here next week, right back on schedule. But
I'd have done it too.
Yeah, it's like I ain't going to sit with them idiots on this day. But at least you have something. You have a 2020 where I'm like, okay, you were a top-ranked team. I think you would have been a 3 seed that year. Okay, you show me that.
We busted some teams. He bust some teams, some real teams.
Yes. I mean, and even in his first couple of years, so that's why I can say
his biggest flaw is the crap games we're not supposed to lose.
Yes.
But I take.
But he could end up being a casualty to circumstance too.
Yes.
And what I mean is, there's the 6-game suspension,
yes,
the COVID year, when it all, then 2020 getting taken out of the tournament. Like, yeah, that's not fair, but it still can cost you your job. Like at a place like Louisville where it's a top 5-6 program, all time. Like, yeah, you probably don't get all those excuses.
Is Plumber Chuck banned from this show? Is he on 1 week suspension or something?
Why?
Because he's on the phone line. Actually, let's see what him and Nikki want to talk about.
Take Jason first.
Okay. Well, you need some time to coordinate with Plumber Chuck, huh? Come up with a good excuse. Jason, fire away, my man.
Oh, good morning, guys. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Fantastic.
as well as we can. Well, I tell you what, I mean, I'm for better or worse, I'm still a believer in the collision course. And I think what's really so frustrating, and you look at yesterday and you look at kind of the results recently and just what's going on, it's like, what are we doing? What are we doing as a program, as an athletic program, as a football program? And my goal in this conference and nationally, what are we doing to get to Charlotte and beyond?
Yeah.
I mean, as far as
Yeah, no, that's the
No,
point.
that's
Yeah,
a great point.
Jason, that's my point. That's my point. Like if we're just outraged as a fan base and we don't hear anything or see anything, or we don't see a emergency not alumni, but emergency booster meetings and let boots on the ground stuff, I'm gonna get more and more uncomfortable by the second. That's why I say y'all can be apathetic, but I'm not just rolling over and saying just wait till next year. That's not what I'm gonna do.
I mean, the goal if the goal, the ultimate goal, isn't to get, as I like, it's kind of come to mind, to get to Charlotte and beyond. Then what the hell are we doing here?
Yeah, right. No,
So,
I totally agree. Yeah,
I think it's frustrating. I think I think we can be better, and we have. I'm not saying anything everybody else doesn't already think. We have the facilities, we have the things, and the infrastructure to be better than this. And I think. I guess part of my frustration is what we're seeing with what we've been seeing, and also in some cases, not you guys, but but places that are frankly kind of dumbing down the expectations. I'm not happy. I would have been 8-4, 7-5. I'm not happy with. In certain seasons, maybe that's fine if you're coming on a total rebuild, but that shouldn't be the goal. And I just have a bad feeling that's kind of what like I said, not you guys, but I think there's a segment that's settling and they're happy to settle. And I think that's very frustrating for, as I go by, I'm what would sound like the old guy. Well, I'll go back to the Howard days, but I remember when when our football program and frankly our athletic department was on a mission, and it just doesn't feel like we're on a mission anymore.
Yes, having management that's comfortable not saying anything about what's going on is an uncomfortable feeling for every single person in this fan base that has been a fan over 5 years.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it. Like I said, that's just my feeling is that, hey, if your goal, as like I said, isn't the ACC championship, at least, if it's not to get to Charlotte and beyond, then like I said, then what the heck are we doing here? So,
and beyond, and seriously beyond. Yeah, appreciate the call.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
So, Plumber Chuck, thanks for joining us on 93.9. What do you have to say for yourself?
Excuse me?
Plumber Chuck, what's
going on?
What the hell was that song that you decided to tell Nikki to play?
It was going to be canceled, Charles.
Or did Nikki do that on his own?
Nikki did that on his own, first thing. Second thing, I don't know what kind of week suspension or whatever y'all were talking about. I hadn't heard about that. I was just on here less than a week ago, and nobody said anything about getting suspended for nothing. And I ain't been suspended on the night program either. So I don't know what y'all are talking about.
Well, that was before you suggested to Nikki V, the Boone County sheriff.
Yeah,
oh, Steve, that's a country song out in Boone County. You should know that.
No, that's the problem.
Yes.
I do.
And there is an African American host that is forced to listen to that. Hey, boy, come on over here, boy. Like, yeah.
I know who David Allen Coe is too, but I don't suggest his music.
And listen, that's like some of those rules when the old person says the blacks, you're like, yeah.
Blacks rule.
Yeah, you're right. Like, yeah. Anybody who refers to them as the blacks is like, yeah, we're not gonna be that cool.
Bit of a red flag there.
Yeah, that's a
Blacks
slight red,
rule.
right? Oh God, that was the worst, Steve. That was the worst. Plumber Chuck, okay, what you?
We're just messing with
we
the
give you a
Plumber
hard
Chuck.
time.
Well, yeah.
I know.
What's up?
I want to wish y'all a happy New Year first, and hopefully y'all had a good Christmas. And Steve, I did talk to your wife online about that Hot Wheels Monster Garage. I bought one for my son.
Yeah.
And that takes up a lot of room, brother. So get ready for that.
No kidding, man.
So first thing is, I think we're done with talking about Satterfield. I think everybody just needs to email Josh Hurd and the athletics department down there and just complain about it, get something rolling. That's the only way you're going to get your voice heard. Second thing, the only issue I got with Mac is yesterday at his press conference, he's acting like COVID and protocols and stuff like that's no big deal. Well, when you lose a loved one, family member to it like I have, it is a big deal, and you need to take it seriously. And two, you're the one that just got your team exited from the Kentucky game because a bunch of your guys have had it. So,
well, wait a minute now. Well, that's not. You can't say that. You don't know if they were following protocols or not. What if they were following protocols and one of them caught it? You can't say, well, you're the one that got this game canceled. That's completely an unfair statement.
Well, you are the leader, and you need to lead by example, and he's not taking it very seriously right now. Am I right or wrong?
How do you know he's not taking it seriously? What are you talking about?
What makes you think that he doesn't take it serious? When all he said yesterday was,
I mean, look, Chuck, I'm not vaccinated. You want to blame me?
No, I'm not either. So
okay, but that's what I'm saying. Like, well, then, and listen, and I am sorry. Like, I don't want to sound like. I mean, I am sorry you lost somebody, and I mean, God knows. I mean, we at our church lost somebody this week that we know. So, like, yes, I mean, I know that, but I mean,
yeah,
we can't just say people are not.
Don't bring COVID into the conversation of Mac because you're mad at him. Because there's nothing he can do to stop that.
Saying he's the one that said yesterday that he was tired of the COVID talking all the protocols and stuff.
No,
I listened to
because
the
there's nothing he can do. He follows the protocols. That's all he can do. And being asked about it over and over again, what can he keep telling you? We some guys had COVID. We lost. I can't do anything about it. That's why he say he's exhausted talking about it.
Well, I understand he might be, but the guy down the street had no problems with it. So there's got to be an issue how everybody's contracting it. That's all.
Crazy, ain't it?
Chuck, appreciate the call. Chuck, that's the point. You know what Cal just said yesterday? Think about this. He said, we only test people if they have symptoms. That means he wrote his own rules a long time ago. We only test guys with symptoms. He has his own rule book for COVID protocols. We knew that, though. We told you that.
See, that's where I blame the NCAA.
Yes.
Like, I feel like, I mean, it needs to be consistent.
Yes. Listen, when we saw football games in the SEC from the beginning of the year, packed houses, we said, they're playing by different rules. We saw fields get stormed. Players, fans, all together. NCAA did nothing. No reprimand, no nothing. We saw it with our own two eyes. Cal just told, well, who gave you the okay to just say you can just, that's like saying, yeah, we already changed it to a 5-day protocol.
Right.
What?
And that would be like, I mean, somebody saying, and I mean, I know it's better to not talk about your status or whatever, but I just couldn't help it on that one. But it's like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'll wear a mask if I go somewhere that I'm supposed to wear a mask, whatever. That would be like canceling out. Process is in the studio with mono. I mean, are we? Well, yeah, and I love Process. I'm not.
Why'd you do that, Steve?
He said it on the air.
Okay, well, never mind then.
Dude, that he's got a sweet Eagles mask, but we're a little worried.
He said it on the air. Yes, no, I'm actually, yeah, no. I mean, you can really be extremely sick, and that's what I'm saying. Like, so, I mean, am I going to cancel Process? Am I going to be like, well, Process is just a piece of crap for coming in?
Yeah, I do think that. I listen. You're holding Mac accountable for a video with last year when he was in there with Eric Wood, his neighbor, in a celebration game, and you're saying he hasn't been. You painted him as the non-COVID rule follower, when in actuality we've obviously been monitoring our players probably more than anybody in the ACC.
I mean, you follow protocol with nothing on the line as far as monetarily. He's got, because we all have health, public safety, whatever. Okay, yeah, I do agree with that. Like, that's why I say, if I'm supposed to wear a mask somewhere, I'll do that, you know, absolutely. But here's the thing. He has millions on the line.
Yeah, and anybody.
You think he's just not following any protocol?
Like, wouldn't we have to acknowledge?
And it turns into, and I'm sorry, Marcus, I'm just on a rant there, but like, it turns into, well, he don't care. He never said that. He didn't say he don't care about it. You imagine his frustration. This costs, I might lose my job at the end of this year because I didn't get in the tournament last year.
And I didn't get a tournament with my best year.
And yeah, and I did. Listen, I had them mask up. I had them take their shots. I had
That's
them
what
do,
he said. We're all vaccinated and boosted. What more do you want from
So
them?
I'm sorry, if you want me to say in terms of college basketball, I don't think that stuff works. I don't know what to tell y'all because in my brain, I'm still getting, we're missing games. And then people you turn that into like, well, he doesn't care about human life.
Nothing he can do about
Chris Mack got on a press conference and said he hopes more people die. Like that's what it turns into. It's like, it's ignorant. That's not what he said. He said, dude, come on, man. I'm missing games.
The CDC just dropped it from 10 days to 5. Things are changing every day.
Yeah. So are we listening to that this week or are we not?
Yeah.
Does the CDC know what they're talking about this week? Or because you never know. I mean, some weeks they're idiots and they've been paid off by Trump, and other weeks they're geniuses and know everything. It's like everybody's got such an opinion. This is why I'm an independent, man.
Y'all pissed off Steve today.
I know everybody's got such an opinion about it. Everybody just knows everything, man. So we can call in places and say Chris Mack doesn't care about COVID or human life.
Why'd you give him the country voice?
I don't know.
I don't think the country voice is mostly saying that. So I was surprised with Plumber Chuck. You're blaming Coach Mack for that.
Yeah,
I gotta be honest.
And like I said, I mean, we lost people. We lost somebody in our church this week. They got COVID and passed away. Like it's a real thing. It's a serious thing. We all nobody okay. Now I'm not gonna say nobody because there are people that still think it's just completely made up. Yeah. Whatever, that's fine. Yes, there are. I mean, okay, if you want to argue me about the 2%ers, you're right. You're right.
I don't think it came from a bat though, Steve.
Well, no, I can think it's man-made. I mean, my wife's an ER nurse and said she thinks it's probably man-made, but and she's vaccinated and boosted,
and I know people own the patent to it, so.
Yeah, but it's like, golly,
stop it right now. Matt, thanks for joining us. Bail us out. Abort mission. Matt, fire away, my man.
Yeah, what's up? I just want to say COVID is fake, Louisville is trash, and they just end their own.
You're an asshole.
No, that's good. Thank you, Matt. COVID is fake, Louisville is bad, and you're an asshole. That's the quote of the day.
Guys, please don't say age. I just used the dump twice. Give me a sec. I need a refractory period. Sorry. And also, sorry, that one slipped past the 5 hole on. That's on me.
Sorry. I shouldn't have said that. Man, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said
that.
It
is fake. Louisville is bad.
I'm sorry, listeners. I'm sorry,
Put that on a
t-shirt.
You're an AH.
I shouldn't have said that, y'all.
But if it walks like a duck, waddles like a duck, it's either Mark Stoops or a duck.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that on this show.
I do have some Mac sound.
We'll get that after the break. Middays with Marcus Maven on 939 The Ville.
I'm Brandon Lang, and by now you know Matthew McConaughey played me in the movie 2 for the Money. And although I'm never going to look as hot as Matt, I can do my best to try. And that's where Dr. Waldman of the Waldman Hair Center comes in. I was going bald, and Dr. Waldman made me look young again. As time goes by, you forget how good you looked with a full head of hair. Now when I run into people who haven't seen me in a while, they are shocked at how good my hair looks. I don't care who you are. When you're going bald, you lose your confidence. And Dr. Waldman gave me my confidence back. Now, unlike other places where the technicians do the work, Dr. Waldman is involved throughout the entire process. Dr. Waldman regularly attends hair transplant meetings and seminars, and his practice has been in business for 30 years. If you want to look young, if you want your confidence back, this is the move you have to make for yourself. Go to hairsurgery.com today and get your confidence back. Visit hairsurgery.com today and schedule your consultation.
Hey guys, Nicky V here. It's getting cold outside, so now's as good a time as any to warm up the holidays with some delicious Italian food. Milantoni's, baby! They have a $5.99 lunch special every day from 12 to 2 with such favorites as manicotti as well as lasagna. Stop by later, starting at 4:30 for dinner, and try such Valvano family favorites as the chicken cacciatore, penny vodka, or pasta Milantoni. And don't forget to try the cannolis. Hey, Fridays they have live music, so hey, you've been good this year, right? Make a night of it. Get a little vino, too, and treat yourself to some Milantoni's this holiday season. Milantoni's, 1600 South Hurstbourne Parkway. How you doing?
Hey everybody, Steve Rummage here. And if you have listened to 93.9 The Ville over the last few months, you know I've reminded you of 3 simple words. Call Josh Jarbo. Josh is a licensed realtor and owner of RE/MAX Alliance, and with the spring market heating up, he wants to make your home buying or selling process as efficient as possible by offering a guaranteed sale program and instant offers on commercial listings. And if that wasn't enough, up to $5,000 seller credit by mentioning you heard it right here. So don't wait any longer and contact Josh Jarbo at 502-216-7590 or joshjarbo at remax.net.
Time now for an ESPN Louisville Sports Center update.
Good morrow. I'm Nick Feldman of the Sports Center Update, brought to you by Great Flood Brewing Company. Mention ESPN Louisville for a discount on your next appetizer at Middletown location only. Cards, they fall 31-28 yesterday to Air Force in the First Responders Bowl. Air Force, a team, ironically, that doesn't throw much. Well, they had a pretty good day in the air. Zeke Daniels slung 2 scores on 252 yards total, connecting on 9 of 10 throws. Coach Scott Satterfield postgame on the air attack of Air Force.
Anytime you play a team like this, they're going to take a shot, and they connect. They're going to come back to it again, and they did. And if we go back and look, it was second and long, second and 10, third and 10. I mean, it's long yardage situations where they felt 1-1. We'll take a shot. Let's see what happens. We knew that was going to come. You guys had to stay on top and make the plays. Didn't do it.
Silver lining for the Cards, Malik Cunningham threw a score. He also scampered in for a score and ran for 63 yards, helping him reach the 1,000-yard career rushing mark at U of L, the 17th player in school history, and the second QB behind Lamar Jackson. Bad news for the Cards, however. They finished the season with a losing record of 6-7. That's back-to-back losing seasons for the first time since the Kragthorpe era. Tonight, U of L taking on Wake Forest. They returned from COVID protocols, and Chris Mack met the media yesterday and gave an update on Malik as well as the rest of the team's health.
Anytime you play a team like –
obviously, we miss Malik at Western Kentucky, but Malik has been full go since we returned as a team. But we have other guys that are in different stages. So even though they may get released the day of the game and are free to be available, you're talking about, in certain cases, 8 or 9 days with not having done anything, from cardio to practice. Obviously,
Steve Rummage has posts right here on 93.9 The Ville. That one goes final.
Chilly, but Union Restaurant and Game Yard is a great place to pregame or to watch your local college basketball teams just across the walking bridge in Jeffersonville, Indiana. Union Restaurant and Game Yard is 4 seasons of fun, and games for kids and adults, featuring fire pits, 4 separate bar areas, and all type of interactive games inside and outside to go along with a creative food and drink menu. Union Restaurant and Game Yard is also a perfect place for your holiday party. Come on out to Union Restaurant and Game Yard just across the walking bridge in Jeffersonville, Indiana today.
This is the College Football Playoff Semifinal. Alabama-Cincinnati in the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic, followed by Michigan-Georgia in the Capital One Orange Bowl.
Let's go. Welcome to the show. All eyes on me. Let's go. Let's go.
Coverage begins Friday at 2 o'clock on ESPN 680, 105.7, and 93.9 The Ville.
If you hear basketball is bouncing, that must be the weather's getting colder, which also means you're getting ready to find out if your heating system is ready for the season ahead or headed to the bench. Now, when you buy a qualifying Trane HVAC system, receive 18-month special financing along with a 10-year parts and labor warranty when you buy a complete Trane system. It's hard to stop a Trane, and it's hard to not call DFH Company today at 968-6222 or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Visit dfhcompany.com for complete program eligibility, dates, details, and restrictions. Subject to credit approval.
I'm Doug Ball, owner of Great Balls of Fire. We're a local, family-owned fireplace store with over 20 years in service. If you need your Menneson gas logs cleaned and serviced, Vicky, my wife, Michael, my son, or Steve, my brother, can make them look new. If you need a new Majestic or Menneson gas log, my son-in-law, John, and his crew can do the entire job. Like I said, Great Balls of Fire is a family-owned business. Great Balls of Fire is located on Hurstburn Parkway next to Shoe Carnival and across from Sam's Swole. Online at gbafire.com.
Now that sports have officially kicked off, there's only 4 things missing from your playbook. 4 pegs. Looking for great smoked wings? 4 pegs. Looking for juicy barbecue and award-winning chili? 4 pegs. If you're just looking for some cold crab, tap, can, or bottled beer? 4 pegs. And the best part about 4 pegs is it's right around the corner at 1053 Goss Avenue in Germantown. So you better get over there fast because the word is spreading. And while you're over there, be sure to ask about their food truck and other catering services.
Louisville basketball is back in action tonight as the Cards host Wake Forest.
Here's Dre Davis, has a step, and he uses it. Dre Davis hammers it home.
And for the most post-game coverage, keep it locked on ESPN Louisville. Immediately after the game, join Steve Rummage for the Miller Lite postgame show on 93.9 The Ville. We're the first place in town that will take your calls, texts, and hear live from Chris Mack. If it's Louisville basketball, we talk about it here on ESPN Louisville.
You together said it.
The sign.
I don't care to do one night in jail. I'll be okay.
Steve will catch a charge.
Take me to jail.
Yeah, like look,
Lock me up.
I will bust your mouth and go to jail for one night. And
Marcus, let Steve and I do this because it might not be good. Yeah, if you might spend more than a night.
That's
actually, I might punch somebody and Marcus might go to jail.
Actually, no, I got too many character witnesses around here. They treat me well every time I get locked up.
I know.
Listen, I gotta admit, I have been the exception to the rule like multiple times. So, and I shouldn't be bragging about that, but I have gotten some breaks that maybe I didn't deserve a couple times.
Well, we all have.
With that being said, Nikki's we're gonna take this phone call, and then Steve is gonna tell us what do you expect out of your post game. You feel like you were taking an easy job at first, didn't you, when you signed up to do the post game?
No, I took it this morning.
Oh, okay. I did not know you were.
No, listen, I knew well what I was signing up. But listen, I'll tell you the same thing I told Taylor. I have used up all my apathetic conversation for football. So for basketball, I believe we're going to win tonight. I'm still going to be an optimist. I believe we're going to win. We're going to look good. And it's going to be a fun postgame.
Hall, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
All right, guys. Well, listen, we were 3-1 in football. We beat UFC. We beat Florida State. We were kind of all like, okay. Then we lost, I guess, Wake Forest by 3. We should have won that game. I think they had a one-play bomb pass where we had no defensive backs. We lost to Virginia by 1. That was a one play. We should have won that. We lost to Clemson on the last play, which was pretty sad. Should have won that one. North Carolina State was really exposed our defensive backs. And yesterday, our defensive backs were exposed by probably a kid that would be lucky to get a scholarship at Murray State. So my problem with this is the defensive backs coach, which we all know who that coach is. And that's been a problem. So I'm going to stay off Satterfield. And as far as Mac is just trying to say something in an interview that basically we all want to say, but now because we're all down on the program, they start bashing him. Like, it's like everyone in this society now has gotten to the point where you can't even – I'll be right with you. Yeah. You can't even say – yeah, I'm at work. You can't even say something that we all agree with. You can't even say something that we all agree with, or people start picking you apart. So my last thing, though, is what is this thing with all these Kentucky grads on our board? Because I'm starting to believe the conspiracy of picking our program apart to the degree of ruining it. Like, I'm still a diehard fan. I'm going to watch tonight. But I don't understand all these Kentucky grads on our board, and I don't even see how that affects all of this. But if you could explain that to me, I'd love to hear. Because all these conspiracy dudes in Louisville are constantly like, well, there you go. We got terrible coaches. We got terrible Max saying crazy stuff. The football team, we're going to hell in a handbasket. And I just don't see the relationship between. But if you could explain it, I'd love to hear it.
I appreciate that. May be the greatest call of all time.
Wow, we had one terrible one and one. Yeah, that was.
I'll be. Look, he was pissed. I'll be with you in a minute. Shut up.
Please text us what you do for a living, because I want to know. I want to support wherever you work. I want to
keep your mouth shut over there.
I want to patronize whatever customer you said. Hey, look, they came in needing some tires, and Hall was like, "Hey, I'll be with you in a second."
Yeah,
you will get great service in just a moment.
And I've been waiting to get on this show, man. I got something to say.
He didn't mind them knowing he was on a radio show call too. Like, hey, I'm on the phone with Maven and Rummage.
Listen,
you should probably listen.
And that was my only thing, man. Like, why I get so aggravated with that is it's like, dude, look, Mac might get fired at the end of this year, but it's not going to be because of his COVID protocol. Like, no, it's going to be because you missed the tournament twice. If that ends up being the case, like yeah. So like, I feel him. Like, there's reasons on the court to say like, yeah, he might lose his job.
And for him not wanting to talk about COVID protocols is another thumbs up in my book, because he's saying, I don't have time to conversate about COVID protocols. I play the guys who are eligible to play, and we go by the rules. And listen, he knows he's not like, it's an excuse, but he knows nobody wants to hear it. Just like nobody wanted to hear that we had a shorthanded a defensive back room. Nobody wanted to hear it because we watched the same guys make the same mistakes in the same games over and over again, and you felt comfortable not playing any new talent early in the year, and this is what you got sent in. And just so you know, I'm not being one-sided about this. I say the same thing with Coach Mack. I say, listen, it's your fault Rose hasn't got more game time minutes. Sidney Curry, I believe his game performance has earned him some game time minutes. I know your coaching style is guys get in the flow. A team this deep, to me, you have to adjust that and take advantage of your depth. That is your advantage. Your 7 that are not playing well, without Sam playing well and Jalen playing well and whoever else playing well, your advantage is in depth, not 7-on-7.
And Coach, I got post game tonight, so for the love of God, figure it out tonight.